Phoenix Home Care and Hospice, I choose Phoenix.
Hello and welcome to our video chat series called Why It Matters, brought to you by Phoenix Home Care and Hospice. And what Why It Matters does is it gives us an opportunity to peek in and have a conversation with people that are truly making a difference in our community. And I'm very excited to have with me one of those people today, Laura Farmer. She's the Executive Director of CASA here in Springfield, Missouri. Welcome, Laura.
Thank you so much for having me.
So I've always heard CASA. I think I know what CASA is, but tell me, what is CASA?
So CASA stands for Court Appointed Special Advocates.
Okay.
And what we do is we go out into the community and we recruit community volunteers. We provide them with 30 hours of training.
Okay.
We swear them in, and then we match them with a child in foster care. So that CASA volunteer will visit the child twice a month. They will go to important meetings on behalf of the child, and then they will also attend the court hearings to advocate for the child's best interest while that child is in the foster care system. So it's a really important role that our CASAs play to provide that consistency for kids, to provide them a trusted adult who will listen to them, and then to bring all that information back to the court system so our kids don't get lost in foster care.
Really a true advocate. Your name says it all. And you have a very strong mission that people can really wrap their hearts around.
Yes, absolutely. We have right now in Springfield over 125 volunteers with our organization, but we always need more.
Sure.
We love our CASA volunteers. They work very hard to make sure that our kids have a caring adult in their life, to make sure that kids are placed in a safe and loving home, which is very important. To make sure that our kids have the services that they need to be successful at school. One thing that I know is that our kids in foster care, they're used to constant change.
Sure.
When a child enters the foster care system, they'll typically be there for an average of 2 years in foster care. During that 2-year period, they may be in 5 different foster homes.
Oh my.
That means 5 different changes of not only the foster home, the foster parents, other siblings in the home.
Yeah. Neighborhood, schools, anything.
Everything. And so that CASA volunteer will go and visit that child no matter where that child is placed, no matter what is going on with that case, to provide that one individual who is constantly connected to that child, and then again advocating for the child's best interest.
And may be the only source of constancy that
Yes.
child has through the whole experience.
Yes, absolutely. I've heard many stories from our CASA volunteers where they've worked with kids over a 2-year period. Maybe that case manager who's working with the child has turned over 3, 4, 5 times.
Wow.
And so that CASA really provides that continuity of care, making sure that our children's voices are heard throughout the foster care system, and that we have somebody really focused on that child.
Oh my goodness, what a great role to play in a child's life. So CASA is here in Springfield, but CASA is nationwide.
Right.
CASA has a very rich history.
Yes.
So tell us about that.
So CASA was actually started by a judge in Seattle, Washington about 38 years ago, because what he saw was kids in foster care coming before him. And he noticed that the case manager would advocate for the family and really look out for that family's best interest, but nobody was really bringing to the forefront what that child needed to be successful, or that child's best interest. So he created the volunteer program, which we know as CASA today.
What a great
thing.
thing.
In Springfield, we've been around for 30 years. This year is actually our 30th anniversary.
That is
And
amazing.
so we are celebrating 30 years of bringing hope to kids in foster care. So it's a really great thing. Yeah.
I actually have a question I really want to know the answer to. Do you ever see children that have been served by CASA coming back as volunteers?
Oh yes. We see former children that have exited the foster care system come back because they want to provide a child in foster care with that hope and that consistent adult that's advocating for them. We have our CASA volunteers who, even after that court case closes and that child has either been reunified with their biological family because whatever issues that brought them into care have been resolved, or maybe that child is adopted by another family, that CASA by the court, once that case is closed, they don't have to keep in contact anymore. But most of our CASAs do, because they have built such a close relationship with that child. So that CASA and child connection is so strong. So a lot of our CASAs and children keep in contact. A lot of children that exit the foster care system and become adults come back to our organization because they want to help kids in ways that they were helped too.
My goodness. What a difference they're making in the world. One
Absolutely.
child at a time. That's amazing. Okay, so let's say our viewers have been watching and they go, I want to be a CASA volunteer. I want to be that advocate. How do they do that?
Well, there are several ways to get involved. The first is if they're wanting just a little bit more information, they can come to an informational meeting.
Okay.
So no pressure, just learning about what it means to be a CASA.
Okay.
Learning about the ins and outs, how to get started, what our CASAs do, what they don't do. That is a good first step. So our
Just kind of put your toe in the water.
Our informational meetings are on the first Tuesday of every month
Okay.
at noon and at 5:30 at our office here in Springfield.
Okay, do they have to sign up?
They could RSVP, which is helpful just so we know about how many people are coming. They can find that information on our website, which is casaswmo.org. We also have a Facebook page that's very active where they can go and get more information
Okay.
on all of those events. They could also just call our office and talk directly with one of our staff members to learn more about it. And get more information in a one-on-one setting if that's more comfortable for them.
Okay.
So I would highly recommend an informational meeting or just calling our office to get more information.
To get started. And then if I choose that is right for me, I can go through the 30 hours of training.
Yes, so then they would apply to our program. Our application is on our website.
Okay.
So they could go ahead and fill out that application. We do, of course, check references, we check background checks, all of
Sure.
those things.
Sure.
We also sit one-on-one and interview our CASA volunteers before they get signed up for training, just to make sure this is a commitment. This is a professional volunteer opportunity where we're asking an individual to show up for these kids twice a month, to go to meetings on behalf of the child, and then of course go to court on behalf of the child. So we want to make sure that our CASAs understand that commitment before
Yes.
they get into the training, get assigned to a child, and then decide maybe this is too much.
Right.
So it's really important that we vet our volunteers ahead of time, and they understand the commitment that's involved.
There are no surprises, right?
Exactly.
One of my dear friends is a CASA advocate, and she's a retired high school counselor. So her experience as a counselor helped her be quite an amazing
Absolutely.
advocate.
We have a lot of individuals who are retired teachers or retired counselors looking for ways to stay involved with kids and to give back one child at a time. We also have a lot of our volunteers who are working professionals, and they have a job that maybe provides that flexibility so that they can complete this volunteer opportunity and complete all their responsibilities that they have. So our volunteers, they don't have to have special education or special degrees to be a volunteer. We provide them with all that training and all that support that they need to be successful CASAs. All of our CASAs are assigned to a volunteer coordinator. So if for some reason something pops up, they're sick, their child is sick, whatever it is, and they can't go to a meeting or they're not able to attend that court hearing, their volunteer coordinator will work with them to make sure that they're at court to cover those responsibilities as well.
Well, that's good. Now you're part of a team then.
You are a part of a team, and we have a great team, and even our CASA volunteers provide support to one another, so it's really a beautiful thing.
And it just feels good.
Uh-huh.
So I said earlier, if I say, hey, I want to be an advocate, I want to be a volunteer, what do I do? What if I don't want to be that volunteer and really make that commitment, but I still very much believe in your mission, I very much believe in children, and maybe I want to help with my wallet, maybe I want to help with in another way. How do I do that?
Absolutely. So we have a lot of ways to get involved. We have fundraisers throughout the year. We are a community organization. We rely on community support for our program. Of course, our children in foster care that we serve don't pay anything to get the services. Our volunteers don't pay to take the training or get involved. So we rely on grants, foundations, donations from our community partners to do the services that we do. So we have our signature fundraiser is called Casablanca, and that's coming up September 13th at 5:30 p.m. at the Old Glass Place in Springfield. And it's a really great event. We do a dinner and silent auction, and then we have a casino party. So it's
how fun!
Super fun, great time to get involved. So of course, if individuals have businesses that want to sponsor that event or purchase a table, we'd love that. Or if you just want to purchase an individual ticket and come and learn a little bit more about us and have a great time while doing that, it's a great way to get involved. We have other things going on too. We have one of the ways that a lot of people know about CASA is through our holiday card promotion. And so closer to the holidays, the winter months, we sell holiday cards drawn by local kids, some of them in foster care, and they've been selected for holiday cards. And so we sell those cards to raise money for our program. So that's another great way.
Yeah, that's a very easy way to help.
Very easy way, and a lot of people do, holiday cards, and so it's a great way to get involved. Yeah.
So all of that information I can find on your website?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, or your Facebook page as well. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a joy, and not a better opportunity in the world to change the world than through a child. So I thank you so much, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us for this video chat of Why It Matters, brought to you by Phoenix Home Care and Hospice.
Phoenix Home Care and Hospice. I choose Phoenix.